Good morning to everyone, one and all present here. Mr. Bhargav, from all of you from behalf of Voice Club for this wonderful program that we are having today. I hope I'm clearly audible even and my screen is also visible to everyone.
So voice is low.
Okay, so my voice is low. Am I now clearly audible?
Yes,
Am
sir.
I?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, I'm audible now.
Yeah, sir.
Just a second, I'll just check. Okay, am I clearly audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So
Yes,
as
sir.
you can see
Yes,
on
sir.
your screen, today we are having a wonderful program. Small things make a big difference. Myself Bhargav, I'm from Voice Club, and I welcome all of you for this wonderful program that we are having today. Welcoming all of you, the first year students who have newly admitted in the SGGSIE&T. And you might have heard of name of Voice Club before. Also, you might have attended some programs. Also, we have had a couple of programs, and some of you might have attended that. So yeah, today we are having this wonderful session, and we have a very wonderful guest speaker who will be sharing his thoughtful insights on this very particular topic, interesting topic. So before that, I'd like to welcome you all of you in SGGSIE&T. You have taken a wise decision to come into SGGSIE&T, and I welcome you all of you from behalf of Voice Club for coming into SGGSIE&T and sparing your time for attending this wonderful session. So today is a very wonderful topic that we are going to discuss, and we have a very wonderful speaker for that. So, but let's before getting into the topic, I'd like to share with you that in whatever we do in our life, whatever we do for success, there are many factors that can affect the success of any endeavor that we may do, and the small things are very important. So we'll be building slowly upon this topic. We'll be having a very wonderful activity before we go into the topic and before Anand Patil sir gives his talk also. So we have a very wonderful activity. So and we have also Mr. Anand Patil sir for giving this the talk on this wonderful topic. Small things make a big difference. Yeah. So so I'd like to briefly introduce you to to our guest speaker today, Mr. Anand Patil sir. Sir has graduated in BE in Electronics and Telecommunication from Pune University in 1997, and he has over 20 years of experience in IT industry. And Sir is currently working as an independent business consultant and trainer. And he was also with associate with Cognizant Technologies, and he was a associate director there in the learning and development department. And he has also previously worked for solution delivery manager for Netcracker in New Zealand and senior project manager for Infosys Technologies Limited. And he has also been an associate consultant at Capgemini. He has also worked with a few of the biggest telecom operators internationally in USA, Canada, UK, Germany, Belgium, Australia, and New Zealand. And Sir has been also guiding the students now at IIT Bombay, PICT, VIT, SGGS Nanded, Baramati College, and various esteemed institutes of Pune. Sir has been guiding their many students on personality development and topics like power of habit and leadership topics. So we are very thrilled to have Sir. Sir has also been coming to Nanded and guiding the first year students of Nanded for the last couple of years. And it has been very amazing to hear from Sir as always. So I really thank Sir for sparing out time for coming here and guiding the students of SGGSIE&T. Are you there, Sir? Can we hear you?
Yes, I can hear you, Bhargav.
Yeah, thank you. So I'd like to request all the other participants if they can kindly mute themselves. Yeah, so we have today also with us a special guest. So we have today with us Dete sir, first year coordinator. So Dete sir, are you there? Can we hear you?
Yes. I'm here. Don't. I'm here.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your kind presence. We would like to request now that is sir, he's first year coordinator. We would like to request sir to inspire students for this talk and other activities of Voice Club. Sir has been there for a guiding light for Voice Club activities for many years. So I'd like to request sir to motivate students with a few of his words. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good morning to all of you. Firstly, I would like to say that I'm not a special guest. I'm a regular faculty of your SGGS. Today's special guest is our Anand Patil sir. So I would like to welcome Anand Patil sir for this Voice Club activity. And definitely, Voice Club always carries some activities which are helpful to the our students, especially for our first year students. So I would like to give attention that first year students should attend such type of activities so that they can develop their hidden talent and they come out with the new ideas. So today's topic is also very nice. Small things can make a big difference. So this topic is also nice. So definitely this will helpful to our not only first year students, to all our SGJ students. It will be definitely help. So wish you all the best for this session. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your words. And as sir told, we will be also introducing what all activities Voice Club does in SGGSIE&T. We have a special video for you also. But before that, I would also like to welcome our Mr. Anand Patil sir. I'm sorry, Patil sir, who is the Dean of Students Affairs, and Arun Patil sir. So he has also been very kind and always supporting the activities of Voice Club. Okay, so Patil sir, are you there? Arun Patil sir, can we hear you?
Yes, I'm there.
Yes. Oh, sir, Arun Patil sir, our Dean of Students Affairs.
I think Bhargav sir is not there.
Okay. So, sir, I think sir couldn't make it, but yeah, we also would like to thank him for his all guidance and support. Okay, so now let's move on to what is Voice Club. You might have attended some few programs also from Voice Club. So today I'd like to brief you in about Voice Club, what Voice Club does in SGGSINT. So at Voice Club, we stand for three principles of character, competence, and culture. So under character, we conduct many courses. One of which will be introduced to you today, a very special course. And in competence, we conduct many workshops, and we have also cultural activities at Voice Club. And but to give a proper understanding to you, we have a very special video made for especially this purpose to introduce to you all the various kinds of activities that Voice does at SGGSIE&T. So we have a very special video made for this particular cause. So now I'd like to request Ganga Prasad if you can play that video. You all can see that video, brilliant video, and it will just summarize all the activities we have done and what all kinds of activities at Voice. So for Ganga Prasad, we can play that video. Okay, yeah, you all can please see. Yes. So how was the video?
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. So
Amazing, sir.
Awesome, sir.
thank you. Thank you.
Great,
Amazing,
great.
sir. Amazing, sir.
No words to express.
Amazing, sir.
Great, great. Thank you. Thank you so much. So as you all could see in the video, there were many activities that were shown. And as I told, at character, competence, and culture, and also some of the things
Fantastic, sir.
I thank you, thank you. Yeah, I can see all of your reactions. Thank you, thank you. So as you all could see, there were many activities. We cover these three facets: culture, competence, and character. And there are many workshops and courses for you for bringing out the best in you. We endeavor that at Boys Club. So I am pretty sure that all of you now would be excited and interested to join and attend more and more activities of Voice Club. So I welcome you for that also. Yeah, as a tradition we have at Voice Club, we while welcoming all of you first year students of SGGSIE&T, we conduct this program, welcome program for all of you, and generally we have it offline in college auditorium, but times are different now. We are online, and can't help it. We can't help it. But when we are physically there in college, so we conduct a very special program. So it's called as a pantomime show. So does anybody know what is a pantomime show? Yes, I'm looking for answers. Does anybody know what is a pantomime show?
No, sir.
No, okay, no worries. I'll tell you what is a pantomime show. So generally you
Kind
might
of
have
silent comedy.
yeah, correct. So you generally might have seen some dramas. So they have dialogues. But this pantomime show, this is without dialogues. It's all about physical expressions. So the character they don't speak anything, but they speak a lot through their gestures and body language and expressions.
Like
So
Charlie
that kind of
Chaplin.
yeah, correct. That kind of. So generally, this pantomime show we conduct in SGGSIE&T in the auditorium. It's a fantastic drama, but now we can't perform you for you all live. But we have a pre-recorded recording which was performed at one place. This pantomime show. So this is a very wonderful show. So and it has also very powerful lessons to learn from. So if you can closely look into it, you will find there are two characters. There's a third one also, but two main characters are me and mine. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'm just giving you the outline. So there are two characters, and there are many lots and lots of activities which will happen between these characters, me and mine. So you can all see, and please watch it very carefully, because the talk which Anand Patil sir will be giving, so he'll be also taking out some lessons from you. So I request all of you now to please watch this drama very carefully, and whatever lessons you might get from it, you can see. So please try to grab those. Yeah. So now we'll be seeing that drama. It is a short drama, not a long one. So kindly be very attentive and try to learn as much as possible. So I'd like to request Munna Prasad if we can play that show now, pantomime show.
Between the bad and the good dogs of the mind. We are going to see how a typical college boy sails to the ocean of sense gratification. It is the tale of Arjun, a young boy who worked really hard to get into FIT Vishnupuri, a renowned engineering college, and the tale of how he wins over his mind. The act starts with his parents dropping him off at the campus.
Yes, so how was the drama? I hope you
Amazing,
all
sir. Amazing.
Amazing,
Sir,
sir.
excellent.
Very
Amazing,
also.
sir. That was just
Great,
epic.
great,
Excellent,
great.
sir.
Awesome, sir.
great,
That
great,
was great, sir.
great. Thank
Awesome.
you, thank you.
Adorable, sir. Adorable.
Great, sir.
Great. So I'm
Good, sir.
really delighted that you all liked the drama, and I hope you all watched it carefully and brought out some lessons. As you all could see, there were two characters in preliminary, and there was one me and mine. So I don't know if you all could relate to, but I was like when I first time saw this, I could relate with the me part. When we get into college, there are lots of things happening in college around, and there are so many distractions. The distractor was there, the third character, and he was trying to induce the mind to do many things, and the mind was in turn inducing ourselves to do many things which were sometimes positive, sometimes destructive. And at last there were some changes brought to the mind, and both me and mind became best friends. So it's a very famous saying that if our mind is controlled, it's the best of the friends, and if in uncontrolled, it's worst of the enemies. So we have to choose that if we want to make our mind our best friend or our worst of enemies. So to give more insights into that and what we can learn from this short drama, we have with us Anand Patil sir. As I introduced sir previously also, sir has a 20 years of more than 20 years of experience in IT industry, and he's also been guiding to many youths in IIT Bombay, SGGS, and many colleges of Pune. So I'd like to really thank sir for his valuable time and to come here and guide students of SGGSIE. Over to you, Sana.
Thank you so much, Bhargav. Am I audible clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and then we'll make a start. Let me know if you're able to see my screen. Give me a minute. Okay, let me know once you're able to see the PowerPoint. Good morning, all, and I'm really glad to be part of this elite group of all the participants in this seminar today. I hope all of you liked the Pantomime show, and generally I visit down in the college when we have these seminars, but this time around it is still Corona time, so we are not able to be there. But yeah, I mean, online is better than not having anything at all. So thank you so much for inviting me for this for speaking on the seminar. So today we are going to talk about a topic called as small things that can bring a big difference, right? And then we'll also talk about the pantomime show as to what do we learn from that. Okay, so in our life, whenever we want in our life, there are these small things which we have to take care of. Those actually make us successful in our life, right? Sometimes we think we ignore the small things, and they actually tend to create a big disaster in our life, right? And that's what we'll make a start. Okay, so we'll start with a story. Once there was an ant and grasshopper. Both of them were friends. Hmm? So they were living in the same area, and they used to chit chat with each other every day. So the ant started collecting grains on a regular basis, as you can see in the picture. And the grasshopper was sitting in one place, playing music and enjoying. So the ant used to ask the grasshopper every day, "Hey, why don't you work and collect some grains for yourself?" And the grasshopper would say, "Hey, there is still a lot of time for winter. Let's chill out. Why do you have to work so hard?" And the ant would say, "No, no, no, no. Winter may be approaching us anytime. Why should we waste our time? We should collect grains every day so we have enough grains for the winter." Saying so, the ant started collecting and the grains. And it was only a moment of time the winter arrived. And it was a very terrible winter this time. Nobody could come out of their homes, and so were the animals and the ants and the insects. So the grasshopper was stuck in its home without being able to have any food at all. And the ants had enough food for their winter to survive. So the grasshopper learned the lesson the hard way. So these small things which we do in our lives actually have a bigger impact on our lives, right? There's the story of the bamboo tree, Chinese bamboo tree. Um, so this bamboo tree is when it is sown in the land or in the soil, first few days nothing comes out of the land or the soil. Few weeks nothing comes out. Still the gardener keeps on watering the soil. Few months pass by. Few months pass by and 1 year passes by, but still nothing comes out of the ground. Generally, it takes about a few days to for the bud to grow, and you see something out of the ground coming. But this is 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. Still the gardener is continuously watering the bamboo seed, and then suddenly after 4 or 5 years, the bamboo's offshoot comes out of the ground, and it's rapidly, in a moment of a few months, it rapidly grows, and it is the size of 100, 500, 200 feet. So it touches 200 feet within a couple of months. So similarly, in our life, there are these regular things which we keep on doing, every day, but we may not see the results immediately. But there will come a time, like this bamboo tree, when we will see the results coming out immediately. So we have to have patience and perseverance. The Great Wall of China. Obviously, we wouldn't like to give many examples of China, anyways, because there are some good things which you can learn from them. And see the Great Wall is a few stretch of kilometers across the border. So it was not that it was built in one day. It took many years to build it, every day, little by little by little by little, right? So these small things play a very, very important and pivotal role. For example, um, a athlete like this guy Usain Bolt, he was considered as one of the most successful sprinter in its time. So now, can you tell me how much time an athlete to prepare before he has to? Um, are all of you able to hear me clearly? Some of you are saying there's some voice lag. You can just type in yes in the chat window in case you don't want to.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. There
You're
is
able to
some
hear?
lag.
There's some lag.
Yes, sir. Lag.
There is a little lag, sir.
Okay. Let me see if I can change my network. Yeah, the internet speed seems to be okay. Let me just switch my network and see if it works. Okay, so I've changed my network. Let me know if it is better now. So the point I was driving was that athlete, when an athlete has to prepare for a major, you know, tournament like an Olympics, right? How much time do you think he has to prepare for? Okay, Giriraj is saying
4
4
years.
years. Okay, Arbaz is saying decades. Okay, any other answers? Months. Okay, Sahil is saying months. Only 3 people have given the answer. What about the others? 10 years. Okay.
Years.
Life, sir.
Sorry.
From their childhood.
Rajesh is saying from his childhood. Pawan is
Sir, their
saying
brain.
4 to 8. Yes. So many of you got the right answer. So if a athlete has to be successful in his life, forget about being successful. Just being able to participate in an Olympics. Like imagine in the last Olympics, India only won one gold, right? Out of so many crores of people, only one person who was able to make it. So for an athlete like Usain Bolt, actually to make a mark in the Olympics, he has to prepare from his childhood, right? And even after he is successful, he has to still work hard for all those 4 years, for all those years. Every day he has to go to the gym. Every day he has to run. Every day he has to turn his muscles. Every day he has to make sure he's got a fit body, right? So they're until they are actually an athlete, their entire life goes in preparation. Right? It is not that suddenly one day Bolt comes out and he says, "Okay, I'm going to run now and I'll be the first winner." No, it is only not only about how fast you can run. When you are out of those 10 people who are taking a stand to run in the Olympic stadium, then when there are thousands and not thousands, there are crores of people watching you online, right? When you have the responsibility and the expectation of so many people, it is not only about being able to run fast. It is about the mindset. It is about how to keep a cool mindset, how to be prepared for the moment, and how to be absorbed in that event, right? So for all of that, I mean, I was surprised when I learned this. It is not only that Usain Bolt or people like him, they have a running coach or athlete coach. They also have a mental coach who tells them how to keep your mind focused, how to keep your mind steady, how to keep your mind strong, not to get wobbled or fickled or affected by the surroundings. There's so much of pressure, right? So the preparation is not only about the physical fitness; it's about mental fitness. Like we learned from this pantomime show, that the mind plays a very big role in our life, and we're going to talk about it more, right? So athlete has to prepare every day. It is not that चलो आज छुट्टी है संडे के दिन आराम करते हैं. No, there is no Sunday for these guys. They have to prepare every day, right? Okay. What about a student? A student has to prepare years and years. Like I think all of you are in the first year of engineering. So not that now you're taken admission in the college, you will become engineer. You have to study. You have to study from now till your fourth year until you pass out. And even after that, even after you take a job or you have to go for your higher studies, you still have to study. So the student also has to study on a daily basis. Okay, now what can you make out from this particular picture? You tell me. Either you can unmute yourself or you can type in the chat window. What do you understand from this, from the context what we are talking about? Small things make a huge difference.
Water falling on the rock has made that holes on it.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Arundhati. Continuous water flow has made a mark on the rock. Okay, so if you look at this rock, there is a mark made in the rock because every moment, every day, there is a fine stream of water which is falling on the rock. Now, if you collect the entire water which has fallen in, let's say, 5 years, right? You collect all that water and you put it in a big container, and at one go, you throw all the water on the rock. Do you think it will make a mark like this? Yes or no?
No.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Sir.
Yes, you guys are correct. It will not make a mark. For example, if I say I'm not going to eat anything for 1 week, but one day of the week, Sunday, I will eat for the entire week. Will it actually work? No.
No,
No,
sir.
No, sir.
No.
So similarly, on a rock, if the water is flowing every day, even if it's one by one, right? Very small stream of water, it will still make a mark after a long period of time because it is continuously and constantly being bombarded with water, right? And that's what it makes a difference. So that's why the things which we do in our life on a regular basis, like exercise or studying, every day studying for some time on the same time in the same place makes a huge difference. And we'll talk about it more and more. I'll also give example of Chanakya Pandit. I'm assuming all of you know of Chanakya Pandit. He was a great moralist and a social worker and a politician, few hundred years back. So few hundred years back, he was born as a Brahmana in Takshashila. And in his childhood, his father was killed by the king. This is around 1000 years back, when Lord Buddha had come. Right? So the king, he was called as the Nanda king, right? He was a monarch who was, Dhananand, correct, Giriraj. Thank you, Giriraj. Dhananand was a cheat. He used to use the assets of the kingdom for his own purpose. And in Takshashila, Chanakya's father was killed. And Chanakya took a vow that I am going to make sure this king doesn't stay in the kingdom as a king for long. And at the same time, Alexander the Great was also making he was trying to conquer India. Some part of India he had already conquered, but he was trying to conquer every other part of India. So Chanakya Pandit, he was just a simple Brahmana. He didn't have any money, but he made a promise and he took a vow. I am going to, kick out this Alexander, Greek guy, out of India. And second vow he took is, I am going to make sure I am going to have a very able king instead of this Dhanananda on Takshashila, right? So he just made a vow. He didn't have any assets. He didn't have any money. He didn't have anybody to actually support him. But gradually he started teaching some Gurukul students. Gradually he won one kingdom. And like that, actually gradually by just bringing a thought, only a small thought came in his mind that I am actually going to disturb this kingdom because this king is not a good king, and that brought about the downfall of Dhanananda, and he made Chandragupta Maurya as the king of the Takshashila. Now, if you look at this entire story, what comes out is only one thought, small thought, coming in the mind of Chanakya Pandit. Right? He didn't have any powers similar to Dhanananda. Dhanananda was a very, very big king. He had so much of wealth, so much of power. Nobody could destroy him. Even the Greeks were afraid of him. So the point here is this is a small thought coming in his mind, like a small thought came in Mahatma Gandhi's mind, that non-violence, the violence which the Britishers are putting on us, we can give a fitting answer by even non-violence. That was a thought which came to his mind, and that sowed the seed for entire independence movement in India. Right? That's what makes a huge difference. Now, if you look at this, Amazon now is considered one of the biggest success stories in the entire decades, in the entire century, right? And you can see what in this picture, Jeff Bezos is sitting in his garage and selling items on internet. He started selling books. This was 20, 30 years back, right? Around 2000. So his business started in a garage, his own garage, selling books, right? And now, obviously, this is not the latest figure. Now, Elon Musk is the richest person in the entire world, but Jeff Bezos is not very far away from him. And now, if you look at Jeff Bezos, just because he's the head of Amazon, it is one of the most talked about success story in the entire world. Even Chinese are fearful of Amazon, if and it is into every other business from whatever you name, and you can find it on Amazon. That's the power we're talking about. One small business, he's got only one computer, only one person working in the garage to sell books. Now, if you look at it, it's a billion-dollar company, multi-billion-dollar company, which is across the world, other than few countries, and it has got a huge mark on in the market, right? So a small thought of bringing happiness to the customer. That was what was thought about just because. Consider the effect of these things here. Power of one small thing. One matchstick can create havoc if it sets fire in a neighborhood. It can burn away the entire building or number of buildings. One grain of sand in your shoe, you'll not be able to walk properly. One mosquito bite, you might get dengue or chikungunya, and it could be fatal. One word of kindness, if somebody is really, really frustrated, right, and he is going to commit suicide, he or she, and one word of kindness, one act of kindness can take away all the fear and sorrow of that person. One vote can make a huge difference in terms of who becomes the minister. And 1 minute, if you have to understand the difference of 1 minute, ask the person who misses his flight or a train. 1 minute. One seed of a banana tree or banyan tree, it can create one entire tree which has got millions and millions of seeds. And each of those seeds have got a capacity of creating millions of other trees. So that is the power of one small thing, right? So we should not undermine for example, many times people say, "Arey, मैंने वोट नहीं किया तो क्या होगा? कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता, मैं नहीं जाऊंगा." People become very, lazy. No, but your one vote can create a difference in the society, right? That's what it means. So now we talked about how small things bring about a big difference in our life, right? So what am I supposed to do now? All of us know this. I don't think I gave any information which was new to all of you. So what am I supposed to do, right? So I'm going to give you a formula which is from A to H, right? If you follow this, success is a surety for you. Only if you follow this. Let's start with this. Association. You tell me who you associate with, and I'll tell you what kind of person you'll become. Association plays a big role in your life. If you associate with a bevda, what is a bevda? Drunkard. If you associate with the bevda, it will be no
Yes,
matter
sir.
of time, you will become a bevda, right? If you associate with good-minded people, you will also become good-minded. So in order for you to become successful in life, you need to associate with people who have good character, right? So I many times I give the story. Two small children started studying in the same school. They had the same coach. They started playing cricket at the same time. They went on to play international cricket for India at the same time. One was a left-handed batsman, one was a right-handed batsman, right? And one was successful, one was not successful, right? So you have to tell me who these two names are. Who are these two people I'm talking about?
Vinod
Both of them
Kamble
are
and
retired.
Sachin Tendulkar.
Sachin Tendulkar and Vinod
Yes.
Sachin Tendulkar.
Yes, Vinod and Sachin, Vinod Kamble and Sachin Tendulkar. Both of them played for Mumbai. Both of them were born in the were in the same school. Both of them had the same coach, right? Now, why did Sachin become successful and not Vinod? Because Vinod took when he was at the peak of his career, he took to things which one should not be taking. What is that? He took to bad things. He started drinking. He started going to pubs. He started mingling with girls, and that's why he started missing his practice. He his habits actually changed, and that's why he was removed from the team, and he was no more seen in the arena. Whereas for Sachin, if you look at, hardly he is involved in any controversies, maybe one or two here and there, but entire career he is not involved in any controversies. He had a great character. So in order to have a great character, you have to associate with people who are good, because people who shine from within, they don't need a spotlight, right? People who shine within, they don't need a spotlight. And in life, you might be very talented, you might be very intelligent, but if your character is not good, you will be like Vinod Kamble, right? You will not be able to successful. There is one person in one of my companies which I worked with, big company, multi-billion-dollar company, and this guy was considered as the blue-eyed boy of this entire company. He was the head of sales of US department, and he was with his family in the US. But he had a weakness. What was that? He had an affair with his secretary. And the wife got to know about it after 1 year. And the wife said, look, either she or me, you decide. So he kicked out the secretary from the job. Now it is not like in India, you can forget about it. She sued him. She went to the court. And the court said, look, you have to either go to the jail or pay $10 million to the lady. So he paid $10 million. He was kicked out of the job. And he had a bad reputation. But somehow he got another job and he started working there. And then after a few years, he became a CEO of the company. But again, his weakness came into, creating problems for him. What happened? He had another affair with another secretary. And the same story repeated. Only thing is, this time he lost his wife and family as well. In the sense, they divorced him, or she divorced him. So the lesson we learn from the story is that it is not only enough for you to have talent. It is not only enough for you to have intelligence. You need to have good character in order to actually be successful in life. Look at the examples of Bill Clinton. Look at the examples of Tiger Woods. Look at the examples of even Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates. The recent examples you can see. All of them are successful in their life. But what happened to the character? In many of these examples, you'll see they have been misled and they have took to things they should not have been taken. Right. So now the point here is, in order to be successful, you have to make sure you spend some time in building your character. So what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? You're supposed to hear regular talks on character building. So you can hear people like Vivek Bindra, Gaur Gopal Das, who talk about building character. Right? Because without good character, you cannot be successful in life. You have to have good character, and that's why you have to associate with good people who don't drink, people who don't do bad things. Right? All of you know who is bad and good. I don't have to tell you. You are pretty experienced in these things. So having a good character is very, very important, and that's why you have to associate with good people. So A for association. B for books. You have to read books which provoke good thoughts, right? Not only stories. Obviously, these books like Stardust and all these books are good for some time pass, but not really for building your intellectual capabilities. If you, I in the company I work with, my CEO and the chairman of the company, they read at least one book every week. One book every week. And they get a lot of knowledge from these books. Right? But I am suggesting you books which will help you build your character and your thought process. Books like Shivaji Maharaj, Indian Freedom Struggle, Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Quran, Bible, Mahabharata. These books shape your thoughts. They tell you what is right, what is wrong. Right? Even latest technology books or domain books, that is also good enough. But reading is important, and absorbing it, and instead of wasting our time on our social media, if you only spend 15 minutes every day, right, reading 10 pages, 15 pages of these books, nice books, which will help you to shape up your thought process, it will go a long way in shaping your career, right? If you want to become successful in life, you have to read these books on a regular basis every day. Just try it out, right? And it will make you in a more mature person, because the books actually create revolutions. The greatest revolutions of the entire world have been brought about by books. It is said a pen is mightier than a sword. Why? Because a pen or books can bring about big revolution. So it can bring big revolution in your lives too, only if you read them on a regular basis, right? So B for books. C for chanting. Chanting means mantra meditation. So I've been performing mantra meditation for the last 13 years now, since 2007-8, and it is helping me. Like it's like a miracle, right? One of my friends in New Zealand, he was working with me when I was in New Zealand. This is in 2010, and both of us came from the same company, earlier company, and we started working for this company. So he one day he was kicked out of his job. He was told ki no need to come from tomorrow for some weird reason, right? So he was in a total shock. He didn't know how to handle it. He was in depression. He was asking me, Anand, मैं क्या करूं? मैंने बोला कि why are you so worried, Anurag? You got enough money for you to stay in New Zealand for more than 2 years, even without working. But he went into depression. He was thinking कि लोग क्या कहेंगे? लोग मुझे बोलेंगे तेरे पास job नहीं है, ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है. And I said, why are you worried so much about the people? Keep trying, you'll get a job. But then he wouldn't agree. So we took him to the temple. We asked him to read Bhagavad Gita. We gave him we asked him to chant. And after a few days, he had regained his composure and he got a job, right? The point here is meditation helps us in bad situations. And this world is full of bad things if you look at around us, right? Everywhere there are some things which are happening which are bad for us, right? So that's why what we should do is we should be able to prepare our mind for the bad things, right? Like for example, we take a vaccine. Why? Because we don't want the virus to affect us. Similarly, this chanting of a Maha Mantra is like a vaccine to make us free from stress. The more you go into your career professional, now you are only in the studying your engineering college. You might be thinking, there are so many books to read, there is so much pressure. But when you actually go into your professional career, the pressure is going to increase day by day, right? It is not going to reduce, it is going to increase day by day. So if you have to, not get affected by these things, you have to make sure that you make your mind and yourself more immune to all these things. And that can only happen after you do chanting, right? So any kind of chanting, whatever religion you belong from, doesn't matter. What matters is connecting with God and chanting, right? We'll talk about more about these in the future sessions whenever they are conducted, right? And it is a scientific measure. If you can do a research on just Google on Harvard University and mantra meditation, and you will find many articles to talk about how people have benefited immensely by just chanting, just doing mantra meditation. So C for chanting. D for, okay, before you go to the D. So this is the mind which you talked about. So mind is like a computer. So the gross body is like the hardware. Gross body means whatever we can see here. Our hands, legs, which we can see. That's like the hardware of the computer. The software of the computer is like a subtle body. Subtle body means we have mind, we have intelligence, and we have ego. That's called a subtle body. That is something which we cannot see. Our mind, we cannot see. It's there, but it cannot see. Intelligence, we cannot see. It's there, but you cannot see. That's why it's called subtle body, Sukshma Sharir. And then there is the operator, which is the soul, right? So the mind plays a very big role in our life. And what is that? It actually leads you in doing many things in your life. Now, this is a typical mechanism of the mind. The senses gather information like eyes see, nose smell, tongue actually tastes, ear hears, and skin also touches. So these senses give you information which goes to the mind. And mind is nothing but a storehouse of thoughts. It has got a lot of unfulfilled desires. Like for example, some of you might be saying, "Oh, kash mere paas Ferrari hoti, BMW hoti, bike hoti, Royal Enfield ki." Or some of you might be saying, काश मुझे यूएस जाना मिलता. So many desires we got, right? Unfulfilled desires. We got certain experiences, good or bad. We got certain, good experiences, certain bad experiences. And the mind is always accepting, rejecting. It is accepting something, rejecting something. Whatever is accepted today, it might reject tomorrow. And the other way around as well. So that's what the mind is. Mind is very, very emotional, and mind is very, very subtle, right? It is conscious and unconscious, subconscious as well. Conscious means now you're hearing what I'm saying, so you're conscious about these things. Subconscious means it's already in your mind, and it will come out when you are silent, right? Now, but mind is not the one who takes the decision. The person who takes the decision, or the entity who takes the decision, is the intelligence. Intelligence has got discriminatory power. So if you look at in the pantomime show, the boy, initially he was attracted to the girl, initially he was attracted to drinking, but when the mind was, at that time the mind was overpowering him. The mind was overpowering the boy as well as his intelligence. It was not allowing him to study properly, right? Similarly, when in our life, when we want to do certain good things, our bad thoughts come in our mind and they don't allow us to actually do whatever good we want to do, right? That is where the trick is. The trick is to sharpen your intelligence and make sure you don't listen to the mind. I'll give a very, very simple example that you'll understand. Let's say there is one person who has got diabetes and he's invited for a birthday party, and the host is, asking him to eat a lot of good sweets, gulab jamun, rabdi, rasmalai, rasgulla, वगैरह वगैरह. And now looking at this variety of sweet, this person is thinking, अरे बाप रे, इतने दिनों के बाद इतना खाने के लिए मिल रहा है, वो भी फोकट में खा लेता हूँ. This is the mind is thinking. But the intelligence saying, अरे बेवकूफ, तुझे डायबिटीज है, आज खाएगा कल पछताएगा, पूरा दिन बाथरूम में बैठना पड़ेगा. So now there is a tussle between the mind and the intelligence. The mind is saying, खा लेते कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, बहुत दिनों से नहीं खाया, खाओ खाओ खाओ. And the intelligence saying, नहीं, पछताएगा, पिछले बार याद है इतना खाया था, बाथरूम में जाना पड़ा था, डॉक्टर के पास जाना पड़ा था, don't you remember? And the mind is saying, नहीं 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 नहीं, वो तो उस दिन तो बहुत खा लिया था, आज तो इतना नहीं खाऊंगा, थोड़ा ही खाऊंगा. Intelligence बोला, पागल है क्या, पिछली बार ऐसे ही बोला था. So the tussle is going on between the mind and the intelligence. And who wins? The entity wins, which is the strongest. How do we know who is the strongest? If you have been listening to the mind and you have not been sharpening your intelligence, the mind wins. But if you have been sharpening your intelligence by, like what I told you, by doing mantra meditation, by reading good books, then your intelligence is sharp. बोलेगा चुप, बिल्कुल नहीं खाऊंगा मैं, कुछ भी हो जाए. If that is what the intelligence says, then you have got the power to say no to the mind. Like this boy had the power to say no after he read Bhagavad Gita. That is why we say, if you read Bhagavad Gita, Bible or Quran, or do mantra meditation and associate with good people, you get the intelligence to say no, because this mind is going to tell you things which you don't want to do, We have this experience every day. We set up an alarm on our alarm clock at 5 o'clock in the morning. We want to wake up early and study. But when we do that, the alarm rings, because alarm ka kaam hi hai alarm ring karna. And you are thinking, अरे already 5 बज गए. So you snooze the alarm, बोले कि अभी 5 मिनट सोऊंगा. So the moment you snooze the alarm, you have given everything to the mind कि ले ले भाई, जो करना है करते रहो, मैं तो सोने जा रहा हूं. This is where you have given it everything to the mind. Mind को दे दिया आपने, तो अभी mind को जो लगेगा वो करेगा. Mind बोलेगा आज पढ़ाई करने का मूड नहीं भाई, आज तो आराम करेंगे, आज सिर्फ पड़े रहेंगे, टीवी पे देखेंगे, जो आ रहा है देखेंगे. तो फिर यूट्यूब पे जाते हैं, यूट्यूब पे गलत सलत चीज देखते हैं, बिकॉज द माइंड इज बीन गिवन द लिबर्टी. द माइंड एंड द बॉडी इज कंसिडर्ड लाइक अ चैरियट. द पर्सन सिटिंग इन द पैसेंजर इज द सोल. द पर्सन हु इज ड्राइविंग, द ड्राइवर इज द इंटेलिजेंस. द रेन्स, लगाम जिसको बोलते हैं, दैट इज द माइंड, एंड द हॉर्सेस आर द सेंसेस. इमेजिन योर इंटेलिजेंस एंड द सोल आर स्लीपिंग. सो गए, दोनों सो गए, क्या करेगा वो, घोड़े कहीं भी चले जाएंगे. The reins, which is the mind, will allow to go jahan jana hai, chalo bhai. This is what is happening in the current world. People are not having sharp intelligence. When I mean sharp intelligence, it's talking about the discriminatory power. We are not talking about IQ level. We're talking about discriminatory power. If only IQ was the factor, why do you think Bill Gates, Tiger Woods, Jeff Bezos अपना मुंह बाहर काला करते हैं? They would not be looking for happiness outside. वो लोग बहुत इंटेलिजेंट है. But discriminatory power नहीं है कि क्या सही है क्या गलत है. That can be got only by the things which I mentioned about, right? So this is upon your intelligence to make sure you do these small things in your life which can have a big impact. And that's why Vinod was not successful, because he didn't have the sharp intelligence of discrimination. उसको नहीं पता था कि यार दारू पीने से मेरे को इतना प्रॉब्लम होगा, उसको नहीं पता था कि लड़कियों के साथ घूमने से इतना प्रॉब्लम होगा, but he got into those habits which he should not have. And that's why I say that these small things, right, which you can control by your intelligence, can have a big impact in your life. The fourth thing is diet. So maintain a healthy diet. Right? I'm not going to talk too much about it, because if I talk about junk food and non-vegetarian food, it will take at least a couple of more hours. Right? But you are good judges of yourself. You can Google and you can find out what are the effects of eating junk food, non-vegetarian food. It are having a healthy body. अगर तुम्हारा body healthy नहीं है तो तुम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. You'll not be able to successful in life. अगर आपका health down है तो no matter how intelligent you are, you cannot have a successful life. Imagine somebody like Virat Kohli. Imagine somebody like Rohit Sharma, right? If they are not able to maintain themselves fit, how are they able to play? They'll not be successful. That's why maintain a healthy diet. Avoid junk food. Avoid non-vegetarian food as much as possible, right? As I said, I definitely know some of you are non-vegetarian, so I'm not going to criticize you, but you can do a good research. You are intelligent people, so you can do a good research as to how much it is not beneficial to eat non-vegetarian food. At least you should be in control. Okay. So D for diet. E for exercise. Obviously, this is again another thing which I don't have to tell you, but I'm telling you because this is very, very important. Again, health, has a big impact on our success or not successful. There are so many cricketers in India who have enormous talent, but because they were not fit enough, they were not successful in their lives. People like Kapil Dev, Sunil Gavaskar, Sachin Tendulkar, these guys made sure they were, successful by keeping themselves fit. Right? Nowadays, you hear so much. Like one of our ex-cognizant senior, he was regularly exercising. Still, he collapsed during one jogging. So you can understand how much more we should be taking care of our health. So E means exercise. F means follow great people or role models. Our role models should be Bollywood or Hollywood actors, or even to that extent some cricketers as well. Because whatever they are in the movies, they might not be in their real lives, right? Like if you know Rajesh Khanna, he was a great actor, but he used to smoke 10, 12 packets of cigarette. He had one to light a cigarette. He used to drink a lot, and he had a very, very bad character. So the point here is these people may not be good actresses, but they may not be good role models for your life. So find out good role models, right? Who can, like Abdul Kalam, right? Or maybe for some of you it could be Narendra Modi. For some of you it could be whoever it is, right? So try to find these good role models, like and try to follow them. And obviously we cannot imitate, but you have to follow them. Unless you have somebody to follow, you will not be able to be successful in life, right? And don't just go the external. No, follow their lives. How intelligent they are, how beautiful regime. That Shivaji Ram Maharaj. Personalities can be great role models for us, right? So follow. Okay. G, unless you have a goal in life. For example, now I'm staying in Pune. I take my car outside and start driving. But if I don't know where I'm going, what's the point? Where am I going to go? So in your first year now, you need to have a goal in life. What am I going to do? Am I going to become a Google developer or a Yahoo developer, or am I going to become the CEO of a company? You have to decide it now. You have to have a goal. Unless you have a goal, you'll not get direction. It's like a ship going without a compass. जा तो रहा है, but पता नहीं कहाँ जा रहा है. Right? So define your goal. Take some time. Do research. Go on the internet instead of wasting your time on your social media. Research on topics. कि क्या बन सकते हैं? क्या बनने से what is my interest level? Find out what interests me, right? And that can be your goal. Unless you have a goal in life, your life is like पत्ते की तरह है जो इधर उधर घूम रहा है हवा में, उसको पता ही नहीं कहाँ जा रहा है. It's like a leaf which is going and wandering around, doesn't know by the power of the wind it's going here and there. It's of no use, right? So define a goal for yourself. What am I going to do, right? And there are two types of goal. One could be a selfish goal for yourself, saying कि मैं CEO बनूंगा. That is for yourself. But have a goal for the society. कि मैं खुद के लिए भी करूंगा और society के लिए भी करूंगा. Because the more selfless things you do, the more happy you will be from within. जितना ज्यादा selfish काम करोगे उतना ज्यादा तुम्हारा हृदय जो है empty रहेगा, right? That's why keep on finding things which will bring satisfaction to your heart as well as in a career. Both things are required, right? And last, habits and hard works. Obviously, habits we can talk about for a couple of hours, but good habits help you to actually attain success in life, right? Like getting up early in the morning, going to bed early, eating moderate food, reading good books. We talked about these things, right? So bad habits to be avoided at this point of time, because now you might be thinking, अभी तो मैं कॉलेज में आ गया, मैं कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ, मैं थोड़ा दारू पी के देखता हूँ, सिगरेट पी के देखता हूँ. These things actually, as small things are good, small things can pave in a good catalyst for you in the success of your life. Even small bad things to the start can create havoc in your life. The first cigarette, if you can ask the person who is an addict of cigarette, what was that first puff he held in his hand? He became addictive after that. What was the first drink he drank? लग रहा कुछ नहीं, ये तो मैं ट्राई कर रहा हूँ, मेरा तो मन पे बहुत कंट्रोल है. अरे काय का कंट्रोल है, right? So many people have talked about it, right? So that's why we should avoid bad habits, cultivate good habits, and get rid of bad habits. And all of you know what are bad habits. तो उसको cultivate करना है तो you have to cultivate good habits. Replace good habits by bad habits, right? Or the other way around. Bad habits को good habits से replace कर दो, right? So if you change your habits, you can change your future, right? Unless you change your habits, you cannot change your future. और hard work भी required है. It is not that shortcut से कुछ हो जाएगा. There is nothing called a shortcut in this world. Shortcuts always lead you to ditch. कोई भी shortcut लोगे गड्ढे में जाके गिरोगे, right? So don't take any shortcuts like copying this and that. कुछ मत लो. Hard work has no replacement. You ask anybody, right? All the intelligent people like Bill Gates, when he in his childhood used to code. Coding वो 14 घंटा coding करते थे. कंप्यूटर पे बैठे रहते थे. Right? In his college, he had created a program for the database for his college. Principal को उसने दिया था because he wanted to be in the computer lab all the time. So that was the arrangement they made. कि तुम सॉफ्टवेयर बना के दो हमको, हम तुमको कंप्यूटर के लैब में बिठा देंगे. That is what is required. कि भाई ऐसा हैबिट जो हमें एक्चुअली आगे बढ़ने के लिए हेल्प करे, right? So that is what we should be, and hard work is very very important. Obviously we can be smart enough to do bare minimum hard work, but hard work को कोई replacement नहीं है, right? So with that, I'll just do a quick revision of what we said. So small things can bring a big change in your life, small positive things. So A for association, associate with good people. You should have a good character, Then B for books, read some inspiring books like Shivaji Maharaj, Freedom Struggle, Mahatma Gandhi, Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Mahabharata. These help you actually shape up your mind, shape up your thoughts. C for chanting. This helps you in bad times. So cultivate the habit of chanting on a regular basis. We talked about the mind. We talked about D, diet. Maintain a very very healthy diet. Once in a while, junk food is okay, but not every day. Maintain good exercise. Follow somebody. Have somebody as a role model. If you don't have a role model, what's the point in your life? How can you follow somebody, right? And then G, set a goal, and then hard work and habits, right? So these things will help you become successful in life. And if you want to become successful, try to imbibe these things in your life, and that will actually pave in real success in your entire life. And I'm sure all of you are smart, all of you are intelligent, and even if you can actually imbibes couple of things from this seminar, the seminar will be successful. Thank you so much for your attention, and over to the organizers. Are there any questions?
Yes, sir. I have a question.
Yes. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Sir, I'm very confused, but मतलब मुझे सर समझ में नहीं आता है कि सक्सेस का मतलब क्या होता है लाइफ में सक्सेस मतलब व्हाट
Yes, very good question. So good question, Roshan. So success means there are two types of successes. One is a personal success where I can say I've done something for myself, which is basically you becoming CEO of a company, let's say, or you are running a business. Second is, which I define, success is something which you've done for society. कुछ अच्छा करके दिखाओ लोगों के लिए, you know, इतने सारे गरीब लोग हैं, इतने सारे दुखी लोग हैं, उनके लिए हम क्या कर रहे हैं? If you want to become successful, but at the same time you want to, आप गरीबों को और बाकी लोगों को कुचल जाना चाहते हो, उसका सक्सेस कोई डेफिनेशन नहीं. So success should bring satisfaction in your heart. Success should not make you hard hearted. अरे I don't care about others. भाड़ में जाए सब लोग, मैं सक्सेसफुल बनूंगा, उसका कुछ फायदा नहीं है. It should bring meaningful value add to people around you in the society. That is the definition of success. Success doesn't only mean कि मुझे जो चाहिए मैं अचीव करके रहूंगा. That is not real success. Right? Real success means, yeah.
I also have one more question that how to get rid of the like distraction like those social medias and all these activities.
Yes. So you have to be very, very determined to get rid of these distractions. So you have to have a definite plan. जैसे मैंने बताया आपको कि you 10 minutes you do exercise, 15 minutes you read book, do some chantra meditation, mantra meditation. So you prepare a plan for yourself, everyday plan. कि सुबह इतने बजे उठूंगा, एक्सरसाइज करूंगा, बुक्स पढ़ूंगा, भगवद गीता पढ़ूंगा, वगैरह वगैरह. Now when you have a defined plan for, yeah.
Actually, I am reading a Bhagavad Gita from last 3 months, and it's really affect on me. So really, it's a real books. Like it's change your mind.
Yes, that's correct. So what we should do, you should have your schedule so packed with good things that your mind will not have any space for distractions. अगर आपका पूरा दिन कॉलेज का सेशन रहेगा, let's say, where is the time for distraction? Similarly, whenever you have, whenever you have free time, just pack it up with great, good things. Like you can read some good books, you can read, you can watch some very good TEDx talks, watch some, good movies, which will help you to get motivated. तो ऐसा अपना अपना schedule pack कर दो. You have to be very, very, organized. If you just, leave it to the mind, वो कुछ भी कर लेगा, बोलेगा चलो यूट्यूब पे चलते हैं, कुछ वीडियो देखते हैं, ना कुछ तो ऐसा देखते हैं जो हमें अच्छा लगेगा. दैट इज द माइंड. तो उसको एक्चुअली आप बिजी रखना है. यू हैव टू कीप द माइंड बिजी बाय हैविंग ऑल द पॉजिटिव थिंग्स. डोंट लीव एनी गैप एट ऑल. ये थोड़ा गैप छोड़ दोगे ना, वो डिस्ट्रैक्शन की तरफ जाएगा. वाज देयर एनी अदर क्वेश्चन?
सर मैं आईटी डिपार्टमेंट से हूँ तो मेरे को दिन भर कोड करना पड़ता है तो मैं अगर किसी प्रोजेक्ट पे काम कर रहा हूँ तो दिन भर कोड करते हुए जो स्ट्रेस मुझे रात को फील होता है जो मेंटल वाला स्ट्रेस मुझे रात को फील होता है वो मेरे को सुबह ना फील हो इसके लिए क्या कुछ कर सकते हैं क्या सर?
डेफिनेटली कर सकते हैं. आपको क्या करना है, हर 2-3 घंटे के बाद शांति से बैठना है, सब कुछ छोड़ के आंखों को बंद करना है और जो मैंने मंत्र मेडिटेशन बताया आपको वो बोलना है. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे. सिर्फ 10 मिनट का करना है हर 2-3 घंटे के बाद. ठीक है, वो एक करना है. दूसरा, बहुत सारे कीर्तन मिलते हैं, भजन मिलते हैं, उसको सुनना है. ठीक है, रात को सोने के पहले एक आधा घंटा सुनना है और सुबह उठने के बाद भी जो मैंने हरे कृष्णा महामंत्र बोला वो आपको गाना है. बस इतना करने से आपका जो स्ट्रेस है छू मंत्र हो जाएगा. मैं खुद ट्राई कर रहा हूँ.
Making everyone to intellectual person right now.
Sorry?
Sir, you are making everyone to intellectual person.
No, I didn't get the question. What do you mean by you are making everybody intellectual person?
Sir, I think as per your speech, I think you are making everyone a intellectual person.
No, was this a statement or a question?
It's a statement.
Okay, ठीक है. So I'll take it as a compliment. I don't know what you mean by that, but I'll take it as a compliment. Thank you. Right?
Sir.
So if you imbibe these things in your life, you'll not find stress, because stress कब होता है? When you have your capacity to do something is less than your expectations or your people around you. Expectation ज़्यादा है और तुम्हारा capacity कम है, तब होता है. But when you connect to God and your mind is free from all these things, you become free from stress. Right? Okay. Any other questions?
Sir, hi sir.
Share your experience in Cognizant.
Okay, so Arbaz is saying, can you share experience in Cognizant? Yeah, it was a good experience working Cognizant. It's a huge company. I was working as associate director, so it was a huge company. It was a great experience. Although every company comes with its own experiences. So I worked there in different capacities, but I would say that any company you go there, the one common factor is stress, right? So as I said, I have been able to allay stress by being able to do mantra meditation and reading Bhagavad Gita. So you can try it out as well. You can either read Bhagavad Gita, Quran, Bible, whichever religion you belong to, and do mantra meditation or take God's name. That will help you actually to become, be free from stress and depression. Okay?
Sir, sir,
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. I'm really sorry to interrupt, but we might be running out of time. So I see that you all have a lot of questions. So you can post. We have one feedback form, so you can post your questions there, and we'll
sir,
make
one last
sure.
question, please.
One last question,
Uh,
sir. Please.
The last question.
Sir, one last.
Technique.
yes, surely we'll take all of your questions. None of your will be unanswered. We'll take all of your
Sir,
questions. You can
what
post
are
it
the
there.
factors which affect which are required at the interview to got a place in any of the companies?
Sure, we'll
Okay, so
take.
this question is not a little topic which we are discussing. So you can post it through
Yeah,
Bhargav. He'll send it to me and I'll respond to you. He'll give you my email ID. You can drop it in email. Okay.
surely.
Okay, sir.
So
Sir, one
yeah,
last question,
My
please.
last question, sir. Sir, last
I'm
question.
I'm really sorry. We'll take all of your questions. Don't worry. We'll be always there. Voice Club is there in college, and anytime you can connect with us. We all have our contacts. I'll give you sir's contacts also through email. You can ask him, and we'll connect you with sir. No problem in that. So we have a very interesting announcement further. So I'd like to all of you to stick around. Before that, I'd like to thank sir for his wonderful insights on this special topic. Sir went through so many examples of ant and grasshopper story, the Chinese bamboo story, and then there was the experiences of athletes and students, and the story of Chanakya. And then sir explained about A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So all these things were elaborately explained, and there were many things to learn. And sir also told some insights from the pantomime show. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your kind words. So we have, as I told previously, we have a very special course for all of you, which also focuses on this kind of aspects that we discussed today. Sir also shed some light on that. So for that we have this course, Discover Yourself course. So you may wondering why this course, sir? Why is it needed? So okay. Yeah, for what is the need of this course? So we all saw the problem. What is the problem? Our mind is the problem. The uncontrolled mind, it is the worst of the enemies. So to make our mind a best friend, we need meditation, as sir also told in the C, the chanting. So we need meditation. So meditation is like sharpening the pencil. So I don't know if you might have ever tried with writing with a blunt pencil. It's so hard, and you cannot express whatever you're trying to express with a blunt pencil. So you need a sharpening. So meditation is like a sharpening. You might be putting so much of endeavors in something, but if they are not efficient, then it's just like a blunt pencil. We are trying to write with a blunt pencil. So we have to sharpen it, so that our work will be more and more effective. And it is also said that, as we saw, uncontrolled mind is worst of the enemies, and if it is controlled, it's the best of the friends. So the choice is with us. And if we see that when the mind is best of our friends, it can do wonders. We can do wonders with it. Similarly, we see the example of rays concentrating on a piece of paper. Have you all seen how the rays of the sun, when they are diverged? So when we don't put anything and we just put a paper under sunlight, it will not create anything. It will just get some warmth, but it will not start to burn. But if you put a lens in between the paper and the sunlight, then when the rays are focused onto the paper, it will start burning. So like that, when the power of the mind is focused on one particular task that you are doing, so then it can be really effective. So, and that can happen through meditation. And that's what we are going to cover in this course, Discover Yourself course. And not just this meditation techniques, there will be so many things. The things that sir also mentioned, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So all these things will be covered in depth in this course. This course is designed for all of you. So let's go. So we'll be learning about how to achieve controlled mind by meditation and to focus on studies. And we'll be seeing what is our real identity and how can we improve our personality. All of us want to do that. and as you had a lot of questions, so we'll be also having a lot of you can ask a lot of questions to many esteemed personalities who will be giving this course, and many things more. And so this is the Discover Yourself course. So yeah, what is Discover Yourself course? It's an 8 session certified course by Voice Club for all college students of every year. It's not bound to any branch, any department, or any year. Anyone can attend that. It's a 8 session course. It's a totally free free registration. There will be no charges. So you might be thinking, oh, why is it free? Just because to keep the legacy of Voice of giving. So we not just Voice is not just an HGGINT, throughout India, this course is conducted from Voice in many IITs and NITs, and it's a prerequisite to become a Voice Club member. So if you want to become a Voice Club member, you have to attend this course of Discover Yourself 8 session course. And when will this course be conducted, sir? So this will be conducted from 31st of December to 8 Jan, and it will be comprising of total 9 days. First will be of intro session, and then there will be 8 sessions of the DYS, and many more things will be you'll see in this 8 sessions. So what will be the time? It will be 1 hour daily for after 6 p.m. for 9 consecutive days. It will be like a crash course. In 9 days, you will be learning so many things. And will this interrupt with your college studies? No, it will not interrupt with college studies. It will be outside college hours, so you will not miss any college class because of this course. So if you want to enroll into this course, I'll just share quickly on the chat box a registration link for this course where you can. So it's a feedback form also, and you can fill in your choice for opting for this course. So there will be an option in the feedback form where you can go and you can tick on the box and show your interest to enroll for this course. Yeah, many of you are asking so how to enroll. So you can go to the link. Google, it's a Google form, and you can register for the course. So yeah, it's a wonderful course. Personally saying, when I attended in first year, I was really struck with the contents and how it was presented. It has been
Sir,
helpful
is it
for
for
me.
only college student or out of the college student?
Yeah, for SGGSIE&T, we are conducting especially for this college students, and there are many other platforms in which we conduct for outside students also. So yes, you can connect us with any students if they want. Okay, you can connect with us first. But for especially for the students of SGGSIE&T, we are conducting it, and you'll be having these sessions into this particular time period of 31st December to 8 January. So yeah, as I was saying, it's a very fantastic course. Thousands and lakhs of youths till now has been benefited by this course. And if you'd like to enroll, personally, I'd like to invite you to enroll for this course. Attend all the sessions. They'll be giving you many things that you might have asked in childhood but never got answered. So all these things are there in the course, and wonderful course. So kindly do fill the feedback form. Please let us know what are your uh, what are your thoughts about the session. Yeah, so please kindly enroll for that. So I'm again pasting the link, so you can go to the link and fill in the form. Okay, so if you have any difficulty, you have contacts of us. We have shared some posters, and on emails also you might have uh, gotten some contacts, so you can call them if you have any difficulty in filling the form. So you can connect us through like that. So please fill the form, and thank you very much for joining. So I'd like to thank all of you for sparing your time on a Sunday and coming to attend this wonderful session. I'd like to thank the speaker of the session, Anand Patil sir, for his time, and Rete sir, who was there in the beginning, and also to all of you for okay, it's opening only in computer sites. So please see if because we have checked, so it should be opening in every device as per my knowledge. Yeah. So thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming all the way along, and thank you for sticking till the end. So if you have any difficulty, you can connect us. Through you have also our mail ID. You must have received some mails from Voice on your official college mail ID. So please connect to us if you have any difficulty, and please do register for Discover Yourself course on this link. Thank you very much. So I guess we have to end here. Okay, so thank you so much for your presence, kind presence, and thank you so much for your time. Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Is there any? Yeah. Okay.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir. It was
Thank
amazing
you,
session.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, keep arranging session like this, okay?